There are but two parties now, traitors and patriots. And I want hereafter to be ranked with the latter and, I trust, the stronger party. In every battle there comes a time when both sides consider themselves beaten, then he who continues the attack wins. If we are to have another contest in the near future of our national existence, I predict that the dividing line will not be Mason and Dixon's, but between patriotism and intelligence on the one side, and superstition, ambition, and ignorance on the other. Hold fast to the Bible as the sheet anchor of your liberties, write its precepts in your hearts, and practice them in your lives. The friend in my adversity I shall always cherish most. I can better trust those who help to relieve the gloom of my dark hours than those who are so ready to enjoy with me the sunshine of my prosperity. I will raid the arsenal and start a war to end slavery. The most confident critics are generally those who know the least about the matter criticized. My failures have been errors in judgment, not of intent. As soon as slavery fired upon the flag, it was felt, we all felt, even those who did not object to slaves, that slavery must be destroyed. We felt that it was a stain to the Union that men should be bought and sold like cattle. God gave us Lincoln and liberty, let us fight for both. Quit thinking about what Bobby Lee's gonna do to us and start thinking about what we're going to do to him. Hold fast to the Bible. To the influence of this book we are indebted for all the progress made in true civilization, and to this we must look as our guide in the future. The fact is, I think I am a verb instead of a personal pronoun. A verb is anything that signifies to be, to do, or to suffer. I signify all three. The will of the people is the best law. The art of war is simple enough. Find out where your enemy is. Get at him as soon as you can. Strike him as hard as you can, and keep moving on. I suppose this work is part of the devil that is in us all. The right of revolution is an inherent one. When people are oppressed by their government, it is a natural right they enjoy to relieve themselves of oppression, if they are strong enough, whether by withdrawal from it, or by overthrowing it and substituting a government more acceptable. I will not move my army without onions. Our great modern republic. May those who seek the blessings of its institutions and the protection of its flag remember the obligations they impose. Venice would be a fine city if it were only drained. Wars produce many stories of fiction, some of which are told until they are believed to be true. It is men who wait to be selected, and not those who seek, from whom we may expect the most efficient service. Labor disgraces no man. Unfortunately, you occasionally find men who disgrace labor. Nations, like individuals, are punished for their transgressions. Two commanders on the same field are always one too many. I appreciate the fact, and am proud of it, that the attentions I am receiving are intended more for our country than for me personally. It is preposterous to suppose that the people of one generation can lay down the best and only rules of government for all who are to come after them, and under unforeseen contingencies. I desire the goodwill of all, whether hitherto my friends or not. It does look like a very good exercise. But what is the little white ball for? When news of the surrender first reached our lines, our men commenced firing a salute of 100 guns in honor of the victory. I at once sent word, however, to have it stopped. The Confederates were now our prisoners, and we did not want to exult over their downfall. My family is American, and has been for generations, in all its branches, direct and collateral. I felt like anything rather than rejoicing at the downfall of a foe who had fought so long and valiantly, and had suffered so much for a cause, though that cause was, I believe, one of the worst for which a people ever fought, and one for which there was the least excuse. Let no guilty man escape if it can be avoided. Be specially vigilant, or instruct those engaged in the prosecution of fraud to be against all who insinuate that they have high influence to protect or to protect them. No personal consideration should stand in the way of performing a public duty. Cheap cigars come in handy. They stifle the odor of cheap politicians. Lee's army will be your objective point. Wherever Lee goes, there you will go also. Although a soldier by profession, I have never felt any sort of fondness for war, and I have never advocated it, except as a means of peace. If you see the president, tell him from me that whatever happens, there will be no turning back. The Southern Rebellion was largely the outgrowth of the Mexican War. Nations, like individuals, are punished for their transgressions. We got our punishment in the most sanguinary and expensive war of modern times. I have never advocated war except as means of peace, so seek peace, but prepare for war. Because war never changes. War is like winter, and winter is coming. I have made it a rule of my life to trust a man long after other people gave him up, but I don't see how I can ever trust any human being again. If men make war in slavish obedience to rules, they will fail. I have never advocated war except as a means of peace. But my later experience has taught me two lessons. First, that things are seen plainer after the events have occurred. Second, that the most confident critics are generally those who know the least about the matter criticized. I believe that our great Maker is preparing the world, in His own good time, to become one nation, speaking one language, and when armies and navies will be no longer required. Everyone has his superstitions. One of mine has always been when I started to go anywhere, accomplished. War is progressive because all instruments of war are progressive. Leave the matter of religion to the family altar, the church, and the private school, supported entirely by private contributions. Keep the church and state forever separate. The one thing I never want to see again is a military parade. When I resigned from the army and went to a farm, I was happy. When the rebellion came, I returned to the service because it was a duty. I had no thought of rank, all I did was try and make. The friend in my adversity I shall always cherish most. I would suggest the taxation of all property equally, whether church or corporation, exempting only the last resting place of the dead and possibly, with proper restrictions, church edifices.